Crowdfunding is the act of funding a project with small amounts of money from a large group of people. Part of this is the word fund. It's a verb, F-U-N-D, fund, and it means to give money for a specific purpose. We can fund an art project, a scientific research project, or a new business idea by giving money to the people who are doing them. An example might be, I've spent days working on my presentation about the business I want to start. I really hope I can convince people to fund my idea. It means I'm hoping I can convince people to give me the money I need for my idea.
Yeah, you kind of give a presentation, then you say, I'm asking for this much, that I need 50,000 or something to start my business. Now, there are TV shows about that. I've seen them.
Exactly,
where people, Dragon's Den in the UK, I don't know.
Or what's the other one? Shark Tank?
Yeah, maybe in the States. So
I think that's
where
it.
Someone says, I've got this great idea, but I need your money. Please fund me. Okay, so crowdfunding, what is exactly? That's getting, instead of asking some rich investor, you're just asking lots of people, a crowd. The article says it allows people to support an idea rather than just buy the end product. Now, an end product, end we're using as an adjective, just instead of a noun, and an end product means the same as a final product, okay? When we buy things from shops and stores, we're just buying a company's end product, Clothes could be, computer games could be, even food is an end product. Yeah, a watch, okay? However, if you're supporting an idea, then there isn't an end product yet. There may never be an end product. On the other hand, if you support the idea, okay, you can become part of the end product. You can contribute to that idea. You could also get thanks and credit for helping to bring this end product to life. That's kind of the idea of crowdfunding. Now, you have done one or two of these, so
yeah, I have.
Could you give an example of what you might get for funding a project?
Right. A couple of times I've given a little bit of money to help fund these projects people were doing. In one case, it was a video game they were making, and they didn't have money from a big company to make it, so they asked for money on the internet. Another time it was...
So what did you get for funding it, though?
I was supposed to get a copy of the video game. Unfortunately, not all ideas come to an end product, and in that case, that project did not work, and in that case,
well,
I
you
didn't
get your money back, though.
I did not get any money back.
Oh, you didn't get any money back. Okay, so we'll kind of explain that this isn't always a perfect model.
Other cases include art projects, giving a little money to an artist to pay for the cost of making a book of their art. And in that case, I got a copy of the book.
Great.
And these days, the article says, most people use the internet for crowdfunding, and that's what I used for the times when I gave money for crowdfunding. Okay, now that makes sense because there are more people out there using the internet. You can reach them all very easily. So the article goes on and says Kickstarter is a popular example of a crowdfunding website. Is that one you use? Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
The way it works is pretty simple.
Okay, so this is how you would use Kickstarter to get money. Someone with an idea can put their proposal online, and internet users can decide if the idea is worth supporting. Note we use that word worth, which was one of day one's vocabulary words.
Right.
Now it's time to look at another vocabulary word. So in that last sentence, we saw the word proposal, P-R-O-P-O-S-A-L, proposal. And this is a plan or suggestion, normally a formal one, that sets out some details of what you want to achieve and how you'll go about it. And it's also a plan or an idea that you give to others to look at and approve. They will check it and they will go, yes, we support it, or no, we can't support it. The verb form is propose, P-R-O-P-O-S-E, propose, which means to share this proposal, this detailed plan, and ask for other people's approval. Here's an example sentence. The senior manager read over the proposal carefully before he agreed to it.
The article says, if people choose to fund an idea on Kickstarter, it means the market approves of the idea. When we say the market, we're meaning the general people who might buy it.
People who buy stuff.
Yeah. Let's take a look at that word approve. It's a verb, A-P-P-R-O-V-E. Approve. To agree to or accept something. Sometimes we're talking about something formal, like when a business needs to get permission from the government to build a new factory or sell a product. We might say that they need the government to approve it. Sometimes it's not so formal. Here, when we say the market approves of the idea, we mean that people do actually want to buy that thing. An example might be, I have to be sure to catch my boss in a good mood if I want to ask her for something, or she definitely won't approve.
Okay, so again, this idea of people kind of giving money to strangers, someone they don't know, and they're kind of hoping that there's an end product. So, as you said, it can be a bit of a risk. You might not get the end product, you might not get the money back in the end. Now, I've heard that people can give different amounts of money and get different amounts of kind of thing back. Like, you give a small amount, maybe you get a name in the, in part of the paperwork that just says, thanks to all these people, and your name would be in there. If you contribute a bit more, you can get other bonus things. That's right?
Right. The idea is, let's take the example of that book that the artist was making.
Sure.
The lowest level was just that you get in return a copy of the book. Higher levels meant that the artist had signed that copy of the book.
Nice.
Or that your name was included on a page in the front of the book that personally thanked everyone who had given that amount of money.
Cool. Now here, if you remember day one, we were talking about a film product.
Right.
Okay, so maybe if they gave a small amount of money, their name would be in the credits that roll up at the end. But if they give a lot more money, maybe they get to be in the movie.
Right.
It's like a background character, or maybe even someone gets to say a line or something like that. And there are lots of different examples for other products of different rewards and so on that you can get for supporting an idea. So you need to kind of decide, is it worth it or not? I've even heard that some people get to suggest ideas in some cases for the final product.
Yeah, I've heard about that too. Being able to help make decisions, suggest ideas, or like you said in the case of the movie, lots of people would like to be in a movie. If you give a bit of money to help some people make a movie, you might be in it for a short time.
The article then says there are some problems with the model, though. We've kind of just mentioned one or two of them.
For example, there's no way to be sure that those who receive funding will do what they propose, something I learned the hard way. When we say what they propose there, we mean what they suggest or what they say they will do. There's no way to be sure that those who receive funding will do what they say they will do.
Yeah, they might just go on vacation or something like that. Hopefully not, but that kind of...
Hopefully there are rules in place to stop someone. Like Kickstarter, for instance, has, I think, a rule. You have to prove that you tried to spend the money in the way that you said you would.
Okay, and here's another example of how they can kind of, like you say, make a rule. The article says, however, a Taiwanese site called Flying V has taken steps to make sure that people play ball. It's taken steps to make sure people play ball. Now, play ball is today's shortcut for you, so let's check out a video that shows us what this phrase means and how we can use it.